All right, YouTube. This Detroit's HPTV coming to you out of Detroit. Last night, in my comments, man, I had like 3 Democratic trolls. They was trolling everything I said. I mean, they didn't like the fact that I used the term race baiter. They said that I was saying right wing talking points or conservative talking points. I mean, they was going on and on, you know. But as I looked at their comments before I started responding, they weren't spelling the words right. See, that's what I'm talking about. The educational system is failing even the trolls. The trolls said I was over here talking conservative, talking points. Like, you ain't know I was conservative? What other, you think I'm be talking left talking points? No. But instead of blocking y'all, I just let y'all just keep commenting because as much as you don't like me, you still supporting the channel, and that's what it's all about, right? It ain't about me. Now we're gonna talk about what they really should have been mad at. How many of you know that they caught migrants? Y'all already know, some of you, that the migrants have been going into people's houses, squatting, just taking over people's property, squatting. Documented. This ain't no clickbait. This is no falsehood. The migrants have been just taking over American citizens' homes and properties. We know that. But did y'all know that they found 8 migrants armed with weapons and other things that took over these people's home in New York? Did y'all know that? Because remember, they were just passing a law to arm all the immigrants. Remember? I showed you that a couple of months ago, where they were saying that it's unconstitutional not to let them have arms. I mean, like, so you Democratic shields and demon supporters, y'all mad at me because I speak out against what I see, and they arming immigrants who are taking over American citizens' homes and assaulting Americans and unaliving Americans. And you mad at me for criticizing the race baiting Democrats? Okay, well, good. Keep criticizing me. I'm going to show y'all something. This for fair use under the 1976 Copyright Act for commentary and educational purposes. Watch what they support. Watch 8 illegal immigrants with guns have taken over an American citizen's house and property and got all kind of other paraphernalias. But they're not mad about this. Again, for fair usage. Check this out.
Were squatters in the basement of a home. The cops also found a stash of drugs, guns, and a 7-year-old child.
Yeah, this surveillance video captured their arrest last.
Let me bag it all the way up.
Police in the Bronx arrested several migrants who they say were squatters in the basement of a home. The cops also found a stash of drugs, guns, and a 7-year-old child.
Yeah, the surveillance video captured their arrest last Wednesday after someone reported seeing a man with a gun just footsteps away from a school.
Eyewitness.
Wait a minute. Did I just hear that they had a 7-year-old kid? They ain't said family member, what was no women. They had paraphernalia, weapons, and a 7-year-old kid hiding out in somebody else's property in the basement. Now they saying there's some more over here by the elementary school. Y'all listen. Y'all listen. Go ahead.
Says reporter Sonia Rincon live in the Norwood section of the Bronx with more. Sonia.
Yeah, David, 8 people are facing charges after a search warrant here inside a basement apartment turned up illegal guns and drugs. And police tell us the people are believed to be squatters who arrived recently from Venezuela, and that the landlord told police he thought he was renting it to someone else entirely. A call about a man with a gun brought police here last Wednesday. That's when this surveillance video obtained by Eyewitness News shows police chasing one man into the basement. He's identified as 24-year-old Hector de Souza Villata, believed to be a migrant from Venezuela. Police are seen arresting a second man, identified as 22-year-old Javier Alborno, after he tries to run. Police say he also had a gun.
Two of the people with the guns had open cases, one for attempted murder in Yonkers and one walking around with an open gun indictment walking around.
In all, 8 suspects were arrested here on Hull Avenue. They are facing weapons, drugs, and child endangerment charges because police say there was a 7-year-old child there. It's not clear whose child it was. We attempted to speak with people seen entering the basement apartment this morning. It's unclear if any of them were among those arrested, but the NYPD says 6 of the 8 have been released, including one who's already charged in another case. Once police executed a search warrant, they say they found 2 more.
Wait a minute. Are y'all hearing these facts? They said they released another one that's already charged in another crime. But these people are prosecuting Trump. Look at the irony of this, what I'm showing you. Look at what I plainly said. Look what they're doing right here with these people who have guns, paraphernalia, a kid that don't nobody know where the kid come from. And they prosecuting Trump. And these dim-witted left liberals is in my comments talking about what I said bad about a race baiter. Y'all not mad about this, huh? I'm gonna tell you something. It's getting to the point to where you gotta really look at a Democrat sideways, especially if they black. You gotta really like cut your eyes and just like watch a Democrat for real. Look at this.
Loaded guns and ammunition, as well as drugs including ketamine mixed with cocaine. A neighbor tells us it's unnerving and that the landlord has been struggling with squatters.
You didn't know who was staying there or not staying there. And, the owner of the building had a hell of a time trying to get them out. How they got in, I don't know. But once they were in, because of New York City's laws regarding squatters, he couldn't get them out without going through the legal process.
This neighbor and others tell us the apartment has drawn a lot of motorcycle traffic recently at all hours, but they hadn't guessed what kind of criminal activity might be happening.
Oh, they acting like they don't know. 1 month ago, they said they was using scooters and using motorcycles, robbing and snatching purses and dragging people down the street. Now y'all don't know. Y'all not sure what they're using them for. Y'all not gonna ask where that 7-year-old kid come from and why was the other ones being in that school. But you're mad because I called a race baiter, and a kind person a kind person. See, you Democratic shivs and you bootlegs, y'all showing what side y'all on. Y'all on the side where you will let somebody mess with our kids. It's almost like you can't see where this is going to even criticize another Black American and try to insult me because I'm showing you that somebody left the back door open and is trying to destroy you. But you so dumb, you like a sheep being led to a slaughter. Let me finish this video out because you trolls pissed me off last night. I'm gonna finish this one, and I got another one to show you since y'all mad already.
And the extent of that criminal activity is the subject of investigation, while 6 of those suspects are out on release. Now, the suspect who had earlier been accused of shooting someone in the leg in Yonkers is out on supervised release. Some of the suspects are also under investigation.
Wait a minute. This Venezuelan shot somebody else up in Yonkers? Now he in the Bronx with paraphernalia, a kid, and y'all prosecuting Trump in New York? New York, y'all prosecuting Trump and proud of it while this is going on. in your city.
In connection with a robbery pattern in Bergen County. We're live in Norwood, the Bronx. Sonia Rincon, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Shocking to say the least, right? Now let me tell you what these New Yorkers and Democratic shields are really preoccupied with.
Stay on top of your finances with the QuickBooks mobile app. View your money from anywhere and get deeper.
The bell is the November election.
Yeah.
And the hope is that if you can throw enough things, enough obstacles.
I'm going to show you some real bootlegs. They got the nerve to say a conservative black man that's a black American, that's almost 60 years old and a patriot, to even consider their garbage. Look at this conversation that they having about who they want to prosecute in New York after everything I've just shown you. Listen to this.
But we begin tonight hoping everyone is okay on the East Coast following that 4.8 magnitude earthquake in the New York tri-state area, plus the aftershock like about 20 minutes ago. Now, if I didn't know any better, I would expect that Donald Trump is calling up his lawyer to see if there was any damage done to the Manhattan criminal courthouse in hopes that it might delay his impending hush money criminal trial that is set to start in just 10 days. That's because nothing else that Trump has tried has been able to stop this trial from getting underway. And believe me, he's been desperately trying. Today, Trump followed through on his latest Hail Mary pass, just hoping he could buy some more time before having to face a jury who could hold him accountable for his actions and turn him into the first presidential felon. His legal team filed a 37-page motion calling for Judge Juan Marchand to recuse himself. And that might sound familiar because they already tried that once before.
Are you listening? Donald Trump is filing the motions, and he's using the proper way for the judicial system. They are waging lawfare on him so much that they don't even realize the people who you have incarcerated are already in jail should be going to trial and having their day in court before somebody who's out on bond. First and foremost, you're violating their Eighth Amendment right to a speedy trial because you want to try to prosecute Donald Trump so quick. I know what I'm talking about. Get you one of these, the Constitution, find out about a right to a speedy trial. Find out about the Sixth Amendment and the First Amendment. They want to violate all his amendments in our face. Like, I know if you black, you know somebody in jail right now that's been in jail that really got a serious crime that can't get to court or get a bond while they out here trying to prosecute Trump for allegedly saying something about votes. While people is committed, their hypocrisy is horrible because it's so blatant. Listen to some more.
Last year, with a main factor being Marchand's daughter's work as a Democratic political consultant. And to no one's surprise, the majority of this motion is focused on her as well, with Trump's lawyers starting to use her name in the second sentence of the motion. But before we get to his latest gripe session, let's remind everyone what happened the first time that Trump tried this tactic. Marchand did not step down last year, but he showed that he took Trump's motion seriously. In his decision denying the motion, Marchand cited guidance he sought from the state court system's advisory committee on judicial ethics, which wrote in regard to Marchand's daughter that this case does not involve either the judge's relative or the relative's business, whether directly or indirectly. They are not parties or likely witnesses in the matter, and none of the parties or counsel before the judge are clients in the business. We see nothing in the inquiry to suggest that the outcome of the case could have any effect on the judge's relative, the relative's business, or any of their interests. So what has changed since then? According to Trump's lawyers, the main difference now is that Trump is the presumptive Republican presidential nominee. And as such, Marchand's daughter could see financial benefits from developments in Trump's trial. They claim it would create, quote, fodder for fundraising for her Democratic clients, which her company would then make money on through their work. They also claim that since their last recusal request, Marshawn's daughter deleted one of her social media accounts that contained posts reflecting hostility toward Trump. And somehow that would be grounds for Judge Marshawn to recuse himself. We are now waiting for Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg's office to file their reply to Trump's recusal motion and ultimately see what Judge Marshawn does the second time around on this issue. But as I've said, as the clock ticks down toward 8.
But we're not worried about those armed migrants that's taking over people's homes and having paraphernalia and little kids with them. There's unaliving people and others going from city to city. We're preoccupied with Trump filing a motion to have a judge recused. And this is more important than everything else. I'm showing you this because I want you to see their hypocrisy, their hatred. It's plain. It's plain. And you call them on it. You should have seen, these trolls was in my comments last night. And I just was reading what they were saying. And they was like I'm some sellout, or these people ain't the bootlegs. I was looking like, you is the real cowardly bootleg. You know what I mean? And I will be hostile with you in person. I am not even like the rest of these conservatives that really want to let y'all get away with saying everything you want to say. If you approach me out here talking reckless, I'm not gonna hold you up. I'm not taking the high road. I'm not doing what Michelle Obama said, when they go low, you go high. If you go low, I'm dropping to the underworld on you. I'm gonna go that low. So I don't care what you think as it relates to what I say about this commentary, because it's the truth. And you looking at the truth and you hate the truth. You like the rest of them Democrats. You hate God and country. I'm starting to believe y'all hate God and truth. Let's finish.
April 15th, Trump is looking for something, anything, to try to make all of it stop, even refiling past motions for delays, or perhaps hoping for another earthquake. Joining me now is Joyce Vance, former U.S. attorney, professor at the University of Alabama Law School, and MSNBC legal analyst, and Jelani Cobb, dean of the Columbia School of Journalism, staff writer for The New Yorker, and MSNBC political contributor. Thank you both for being here. Joyce, I'll let you start. What do you think are the merits of this motion?
I don't think it'll end up being meritorious, but I think you hit the key.
And didn't Charles be trying to say, you a brother, why you go out there? These ain't brothers and sisters to me. These are turncoats. You remember when they said that Harriet Tubman helped 1,000 slaves escape, but she could have helped 1,000 more if they didn't knew they were slaves? They sitting here defending the Democratic Party and a Democratic shields, and all the Democrats offer you as a policy is abortion and messing with your kids and wars overseas while the veterans here starve. Y'all are ridiculous. You look pitiful. So every time you get in my comments, I'm gonna make a good video like this so I can tell you what I think of your comments.
Point, Joy, which is that when the first motion to recuse was filed, the judge took it seriously. He didn't just go through the motions, he actually went to an ethics committee. And this is a resource that all judges have, federal and state, some form of advice from ethics experts who, when a conflicts issue arises, they can go and get an opinion from the people whose job it is to study these issues. The judge did it the last time. He might even do it again here. But ultimately, this decision should be something that we see from him very quickly. And I don't expect he'll leave the case unless there's more here than meets the eye.
You know, and just from a journalism point of view, Jelani, you know, we have to go through what I just did. We have to recite, and you know, it's a motion that's been duly filed. He has the right to do it under the law. But we all know underlying it, it's the same thing they tried with the Fonnie Willis, you know, that she's going to make somehow money because she's dating the guy that works with her, right? We know it's BS.
I'm tired of this hypocrite. Because she said his lawyer filed a motion and he has the right to do it. So why you so mad about it? And why you not mad about them damn immigrants taking over New York and the rest of the country? And they say it's even some in Michigan breaking glasses and doing snatch and grabs out in Bloomfield or whatever. What's wrong with you people? What's wrong with you Americans? Well, you know what? I'm gonna end this video on that note. It's Choice HPTV. Keep your head on a swivel. Salute to all patriots. Stay vigilant. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.